Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Explain America. I'm your host, Carmine Sabia, and Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg's case against Donald Trump, the hush money payments to Stormy Daniels, supposedly, well, it just took another massive hit, and he's reeling from this one. Folks, before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. So, Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg, of course, as most legal experts have said, has a pretty weak case against Donald Trump. Now, I'm not a legal expert, so I can't say it's weak, but to me, to my eyes, to my layman's eyes, it looks weak on its surface. It's an old case based on old payments that are past the statute of limitations that were done in some kind of gymnastics to make this a case for Manhattan, number one, where it should probably be a federal case, in my opinion, and to make it still relevant today so that the statute of limitations is not a factor. All of that makes it weak to begin with, in my opinion. But now comes word that Jeremy Rosenberg, he's an investigator of financial crimes, and he was on the case. Jeremy Rosenberg, one of the top investigators, had to turn in his gun, was suspended. Why was he suspended? Well, he was fraternizing, apparently, with one of the witnesses against former President Donald Trump. Now, that witness happens to be none other than Trump's former attorney, Michael Cohen. Now, you guys know that Cohen has it in for Trump. He really wants to get him. There's a lot of history here, going back decades with these two men. It's been really dirty. A lot of the things Cohen has said, he's made it known that he is on a mission to get Trump. But let's not forget, Cohen is the one who served time for lying. He served time for lying under oath. Be that as it may, he's not supposed to have a relationship with one of the investigators, or actually one of the investigators is not supposed to have a relationship with him. Now, the attorney for Cohen, Lanny Davis, he says that his client was just talking to Rosenberg about security and that it was actually welcome, because they wanted to talk about, the security for Cohen, seeing as how Cohen has been getting threats, which, of course, is not okay. You can't threaten people just because you don't like something they're doing. But at the same time, it is obvious, I think, at this point, that Cohen has it in for Trump. Bragg has it in for Trump. The investigators on the case probably have it in for Trump. And I'd be surprised if the jury doesn't have it in for Trump. It is New York City. Now, you guys know, or maybe you don't know, Trump's attorneys have been arguing to get this moved to a federal court. They're saying if any crime was committed, and they're not saying that there was, but if any crime was committed, it would have been federal, not state, not New York, not Manhattan. And, I think a lot of people just think that this is, Alvin Bragg not really looking for justice so much as looking to pad his own resume. Obviously, if you can indict and convict the former president of the United States, well, that's pretty big for you, especially in New York, where a lot of the electorate wants to get Trump, and they don't really care about the evidence, right? So I think what's happening to Bragg right now is just kind of what you would expect to happen. If you have a weak case, if you've built a house of cards, essentially, then you have to expect winds to come by and knock it down. And that's what appears to be happening here, folks. I would be very surprised to see this case actually make it to be a full-fledged case. I'd be surprised to see this trial even happen, but if it does, I'd be really surprised, even if Bragg gets the conviction because it's New York, I'd be super surprised to see it hold up in an appeals court. It's just a shame that it's come to this. It's a shame that all of these agencies and all of these attorneys general are just focusing their sights on one man for what I think is blatantly political purposes. It's shameful. It's an abuse of our justice system. And if this happens now, what's going to happen in the future? These are the questions we have to ask ourselves as a nation. Whether you like Trump, and we do, right? But those people that don't, is this really what you want? Do you want attorneys generals going after your political heroes or their political rivals? Because believe me, the Republicans can do this too. It needs to be put a stop to. Sane people, even on the Democrat side, have to step in and say, this is not what our nation was built upon. Alvin Bragg's finding out the hard way that it is very tough to prosecute a non-crime. Folks, I'm Carmine Sabia. Again, this is Explain America. Please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. We love you guys. God bless you. Take care, everybody.